Hey, what's goody out there, man? Let me make sure that my shit ain't on mute. Yeah, we good. What up, fight fans? What's going on out there, man? Main man up in this jump, man, coming through with a few extra spare minutes to spare. So thought I'd get on here and rock out with some of the fam today, man. I'm out here in Virginia on location, out here in Virginia on business, everybody. So, I'm gonna have to keep my tone down. I'm still in my hotel. I just had a few minutes between meetings and thought I'd step on out and see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So take a few minutes to kind of spread my point around, and that is, man, I want to do a little Crawford and Spence talk today. You know what I mean? We're gonna talk a little Crawford and Spence. And I want to take this time to say, first off, because I know we getting caught up in all of the hoopla. I know we getting caught up in all of the talk and everything. And so I just want to take this minute to say, man, you feel me? Let's not take away credit from neither one of these fighters for this moment that they bring into the sport. You know what I'm saying? I want to give a major salute to our homie Dimitri Cohen in our house. What's up, Dimitri? I see you. Last of a dying breed is on deck, rolling with me. What up, champ? Champ. All is well, champion. All is well for everybody coming in, man. Yeah, we on location today, so I'm gonna keep my voice down. I'm not gonna get too animated. I'm in a hotel and I'm out here on business. So salute, salute, man. But I do want to get a minute to talk about this. I'm gonna put a little artwork on the screen, and I want to get a little word in about this real quick. Hold on, hold on. Excuse me. Sorry for y'all. See my finger. All right, this is what I'm gonna talk about, fight fans. I want to talk about this right here. And that is the fact that, man, look, don't forget the moment that we are really at and the crossroad that we really at, everybody. It's real easy to get caught up in the hoopla. It's real easy if you're a Spence guy, everything that Spence does is right. He does no wrong. He can walk on water. He can make the blind see. He can feed the hungry. He can do it all. You know what I mean? Loaves and the fishes, fight fans. Loaves and the fishes. And if you are a Terence Crawford fan, well, same thing. You know what I mean? We believe that Terence Crawford is right in every move that he's made. And so this puts the fan bases in a position where they just really, really want to discredit one another as much as we could. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's a lie. Oh, this is a lie. Oh, he didn't do this. Oh, he didn't do that. Oh, he didn't fight this guy. He didn't fight that guy. I could do it all day. I could do it all day long, fight fans. But I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it a bean real quick. And I want people to remember because on July 30th, on July 30th, we want credit to go to whoever the victor is going to be. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't trying to steal no credit away, and we're not trying to deny them their legacies. So at the end of the day, what I believe happens if either man wins, if Terence Crawford wins, he becomes a all-time great. All right, there's nothing to even try to even think about shooting that down. Salute to my homie Muhammad Tola up in here off the early. What up, man? What up, man? The thing is, bro, no one is going to deny the fact that Terence Crawford would become an all-time great if he defeats Errol Spence Jr. The proof is in the pudding. Who's going to deny that? Who's going to argue that? Three division champion, two times undisputed, three times lineal. That's what you call all-time great. Not to mention knocking off the big fish in the process. I don't even think he needs to do the Charlo thing to be the all-time great. Some of y'all may say, yo, man, I need Charlo. I need Charlo. If I get Charlo, then I can sit back comfortably and call him an ATG. I don't need Charlo. I can lay the case easy work. And on July 30th, I would make that case. And as for Errol Spence Jr., same thing. Look here, man. I gotta. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, man. It took some heavy thinking for me to think about where exactly will Errol Spence land if he is victorious against Terence Crawford, because y'all already know what my hang up is, man. Far as when we had this pound for pound discussion, it's like, bro, I can't comfortably, even if he beats Terence Crawford, I can't put him in the top five. Top one pound for he's not can't be number one pound for pound. Why? Because of the weight class thing, because of the moving up in weight thing, and other fighters are doing it. So that discussion to me is a bit different than the Hall of Fame discussion. And I know that might sound a little strange to some of y'all out there. The Hall of Fame discussion to me is his totality of work throughout of his entire career. All right, the entire career, not just the moment. Pound for pound is a snapshot in time, is a moment. You know what I mean? When you say, oh, this person is pound for pound, he may not be pound for pound 6 months from now. You know what I mean? So when you say pound for pound, that's a snapshot in time. But when you say Hall of Fame or all-time great, we're talking about the career in its whole totality. And if I look at Errol Spence Jr.'s career in its totality, can I say, yo, Slim deserves to be in the Hall of Fame? I'd say yes. After beating Terence Crawford, bro, he beats Terence Crawford. Shawty deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, man, without a doubt. Some people may say, yo, man, I think I got him going now. I think I got him going now. I think that's a struggle. I think that's a debate. That's what I think. I think that's a debate. It's too much daylight there still to have that debate. I know, man, Arturo Gotti's in the Hall of Fame. How we going to sit here and have that conversation? I get it, but it's still debatable. People will go through his resume. They'll say he didn't move up in weight. They'll say, well, this person was beat. That person was broken. It's still too much daylight. He needs a nail in the coffin. And the nail in the coffin, fight fans, is Terence Bud Crawford. It brings a lineal belt, for crying out loud. It brings a lineal belt. And so Earl, in all of those wonderful fights that he had, whether it was Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, Ugas, Lil Mike, whoever it was, right? Guess what? None of them fights had the lineal belt in it, which signaled who was the guy at the weight class. None of them fights. None of Bud's fights. Even though Bud has touched lineals at lower classes. Which lets me know that boxing feels as though that either man has done enough to be declared that guy. That's why we got to get this fight. A lineal belt has not been worn since what? Manny Pacquiao, fight fans? Pacquiao was the last official lineal champion at the welterweight division. And we haven't had one since. So no matter how much greatness, either fan base want to run around and say, oh, well, Earl is the greatest. Overturn. Guess what? Well, boxing doesn't feel like neither one of these boys has done enough to be crowned lineal yet. Which means they need each other. Which lets me know. So this is what I'm saying, fight fans. Nail in the coffin. Nail in the coffin. You know what I mean? No questions asked. Salute to my homie Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. Up early this morning, rolling with the homie. Salute to you, Bruce. And I hope all is well, my man. I hope all is well. Low Blow Champ says, yo, man, Bud is sparring with Shakur. And Spence is sparring with Ryan. Well, they teaching them young boys something because Lord knows they need to learn. I seen Bud out there sparring with Shakur. I'm liking that, duh. I'm liking that. I'm liking that, bro. I keep telling y'all, look, man, let me just say this, man. You got to understand, Shakur is Bud 2.0, y'all. He's Bud 2.0. This is what I can't wrap my head around. I can't wrap my head around the fact of people seeing and knowing that Shakur Stevenson watched Terence Crawford, right? Watch that man go through these negotiations with Errol Spence Jr. to be denied his worth, to be told he ain't worth this and ain't worth that. Continue to fight for the respect that he deserved. And eventually he got that respect. What makes y'all think that Shakur is going to take his foot off the gas when he see Big Bro doing the same thing? Riddle me that. It's 25% nonsense. He see Bud fighting the good fight and he won the good fight. But guess what? He learned. You think that Shakur going to back down from this moment when he see his Big Bro had that same kind of moment with everyone telling him what he worth and what he ain't worth? What he draw and what he don't draw? What did Bud Crawford do? He smiled in y'all face and kept it pushing. And look at what he talking about. 9 figures or some shit like that. Some crazy numbers they talking now. So look here, y'all. Anyone that's running around here with Shakur should take it and should humble himself and blah, 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 blah. Shut the hell up, man. Just shut up. The man's Big Bro did the same thing. He moved it different, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all, man, I don't understand. Y'all just expect for Shakur to lay down. Take what Devin did. Devin got the screwball deal, so Shakur should take the screwball deal. This is ridiculous. He stands next to Bud Crawford. He spars Bud Crawford. He's learning in the ring and outside of the ring from his big homie. And y'all expecting for him to just back down from that moment. Man, y'all ain't learning. Y'all ain't learning. You know what I'm saying? Muhammad Tola says, yo, Spence also said that he's going through different scenarios. And one of them is he gets hurt. The fact that he thinks about that makes me think that he'll fold when the heat is on. Yeah, he being realistic about it, but I actually respect that. He might do fold. I see him folding. I think he folds. I don't care. I keep telling Muhammad told her. All of this physical talk, everybody keep talking. How big, how strong. Bro, none of that means nothing to a chin. Yeah, I got like, yo, man, like Bud ain't going to impose his offense. None of that has nothing to do with the chin. I remember, man, when I originally heard, remember back in the day when that thing went around that Suge Knight had got knocked out back in the day. Remember? And then everybody was racing to social media or the internet to see who it was that knocked out Suge Knight. We got to see it, man. And there was some little cat that worked in a barber shop or something. And the dude was like 5 foot something, little short little dude. And so when everybody saw it, they was like, yo, what? They talking about this dude knocked out Big Suge Knight. It don't mean nothing. It's the chin, man. It's the nervous system. And I see your boy getting wobbled by one shot, single shots from lesser punches. Tell me I'm lying. That's what people need to worry about. Because if Bud hits the target, he hits harder than everyone before him that fought Errol Spence that did hit the target. That's what you need to be concerned about. Not about him imposing size, not giving Bud a chance to think. What have you ever seen anything like that throughout Bud's career? Spence fans need to be worried about that nervous system and hoping that Bud Crawford's looping punches don't connect between punches. That should be the biggest concern in Spence Nation right about now. You feel me? Low Blow Champ says Rigo did that with Loma. He spun around and made himself dizzy and started throwing punches. Oh, yeah, going back and forth. Yeah, he had his arm break from swinging in the air. Remember that, man? Spence needs to do it because he is likely will get his bell rung. Well, he's going to have to put himself in harm's way. Spence is not going to be effective enough from the outside, in my opinion. Not with a 74-inch arm reach coming back at him. When the last time Errol Spence fought someone with a 74-inch arm reach, that's a switch hitter. He's never fought nothing like that. Oh, man, his jab is so this. Who's ever had the capabilities like Terence does to counter over top of that jab with 74 inches? Even Kale had a shorter reach and he was having success with countering over the jab. Imagine what a 74-inch arm reach going to do from the southpaw position with the right hand becoming the jab hand, fight fans. What does that look like? What does that look like? Mike, what up, though? What up to my homie Mike Brown? Mike, what you got for me today, champ? Good morning, everybody. And Lil Gamboa, a.k.a. Mr. Salsa Teacher. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord, fight fans. They just won't let Gamboa go. They just won't let the Gamboa thing go. Here we are, double did, 100 years ago. Yeah, this is bad. Well, I told y'all, Mike, when we get into the point where we got to go so few and far and in between to find the vulnerable moments of Terence Crawford, that's bad. Look how far back you got to go. And you might say, I know what your next answer is going to be. Well, but don't forget about Kowalowski's. How many years ago was that? And then how many years apart are those two moments? I can go to Errol Spence's last fight with Ugas. That's just one fight ago. Just one fight ago. I can go to Errol Spence Jr.'s fight with Danny when Danny had some success. That wasn't too long ago. You feel me? I could say Errol Spence is getting touched up in sparring. He got a detached retina while being in camp, right? I could use that. But you got to go back all of those years to find and hunt for that moment. That's crazy. That speaks volumes, family. That speaks volumes. You know what I'm saying? Real spill, man. Mike, what up, though? What up with you? He says, yo, remember how Bud fought Postal? Postal could not touch him. Yeah, but that's when Bud was at a lower class, less muscle mass. It was probably able to move a little better. I don't see that Bud Crawford at 147. And I'm being honest. See, I'm different than most. I tell y'all exactly who Bud Crawford really is. He's not that guy no more. That guy was many years ago, and it was a much smaller version of the fighter. He still have those capabilities, sure. Could he sustain them for longer now? Maybe not. And that's what, to me, where the knockout power comes in there. Because remember, he didn't stop Postal. You know what I'm saying? To me, he's became more of a knockout artist, lesser of more of the twinkle toes boxer. And to me now, he's kind of like sitting in the middle. When he was at 35 and 40, he was more leaning boxer, in my opinion. Now, he kind of in the middle now. Like the legs, he doesn't move as much as he used to, but the power has gotten better. And the accuracy is right on point. all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's like a push and pull. He pulled a little bit from that part of the game to add a little bit more to this part of the game. You know what I'm saying? And I like that. I like that. I hear you. I hear you. Yo, Last of a Dying Breed says, yo, hey, main man, you notice that they bring up Gamboa, but never tell what happens after that. Of a casual seeing these Gamboa comments, they would think that Gamboa stopped Bud and dominate him, and they tell half of the story. Yeah, you know what? Let me piggyback off that. You 100% right, Last of a Dying Breed, 150%. Not to mention, Bud Crawford literally stopped Gamboa in the same round in a matter of seconds. In a matter of seconds, fight fans. See, y'all gonna get me hyped in this hotel. In a matter of seconds, he stops Gamboa. To me, you know what, bro. And I gotta keep my third eye open on that. Every time y'all mention that, I'm not gonna let y'all forget that. Because to be honest with you, that was more impressive than it was like as a vulnerability. Y'all look at it as a vulnerability. I look at it as damn impressive to get hit, and then not even a minute later, you stop the guy. How many times you see your favorite fighter get buzzed up and then they got to struggle in the fight for the rest of the fight? This dude get buzzed up by someone in his weight class, keep in mind. He gets buzzed up and not even a minute later, the fight is over. He looks in the audience versus Sean Porter and he says he's losing, and not even 2 minutes later, the fight is over. What? Bruh. You don't see that, bro. You don't see that from regular fighters. Only special ones. Only special ones. You know what I'm saying? Only special ones, man. But I gotta tell y'all, though, fight fans, I gotta keep going back to this. I gotta keep going back to this, and that is the fact of, look, man, I'm not going to steal credit from neither one of these fighters. 5 years almost in the making, fight fans. They deserve all their credit. Give it to them. Both sides. Give it to them. Stop trying to be anti. Stop trying to be controversial. Stop trying to be sensationalized. And give both of these men their credit no matter who wins. They both deserve it. All right. It is what it is. You know, even like I said, with Errol Spence, he does have, especially if he beats Terence Crawford, it is a Hall of Fame level career, without a doubt. Now, if he wants all time great, if he wants to get like Bud, then you got to get like Bud. And it's called move up and do it again. That's what Bud did. That's what Bud did. I'm holding them all to the same measure. To the same measure. Jamel Charlo beats Canelo Alvarez. He is an ATG. That's right. That's right. I got to give it to him. Well, man, how do you don't give it to Earl? You got to move up and wait in Mainman's book. That's important. Very important. You know what I'm saying? Real spill, man. Hey, yo, man. Low Blow says, yo, I think that we get a mixed bag, and Postal Crawford is one we might see for a few rounds. Yeah, I'm with you. I think you hit it right there on the head, Low Blow. I think we get a mixed bag. I think we get a mixed bag because the tool is still there. It's still sharp. It's just that it has to be used, I guess, at the right times. You know, Errol Spence, man, credit to Errol Spence. He even just recently came out and said in the interview, he didn't deny Crawford's tools. He says, yo, man, he took the main man answer. He said, no, he just don't have to use them in every single fight. In a nutshell, I'm paraphrasing, but what he said was, no, I recognize the abilities that he has. And just because he didn't do them in this fight or that fight doesn't mean he can't do them. You're a fool. You know what I'm saying? And Earl, that's one thing I always give him credit for, and I'm going to continue to give him credit for. He don't listen to the hoopla. He keeps his feet on the ground. He keeps his head under the clouds. He don't fall into the crap that his fans say. Because if he was, he would have been led astray a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Them pushing him into salute to Terence Crawford. Crawford, fresh off of Errol Spence's car accident. What did Crawford come out and say? I don't want to fight. Of course, the fans ran with that as some negative. Oh, he said he don't want to fight. No, he's saying he didn't want to fight because he wouldn't have gotten credit for Errol Spence coming off of the car accident. And he wanted to respect and get the best version of Errol Spence Jr. But the fans took it. He didn't want to fight. Remember, he said that trying to hang with Mainman. because I had a bag of statements and a bag of narratives that they couldn't touch. So they got to go, oh, remember he said this. And you know the reason that he said it. But of course, you're going to take it out of context. And the reason that he said it was because he wanted the best version of Errol Spence Jr. He wanted the best version, not no car accident, no excuses. He wanted the Hall of Fame version so that man can get his credit. I love it. I love it. Last of a dime breed. Even when Gamboa caught Bud, if you watch Gamboa, what back and Bud dropped his guard, and Gamboa snuck that shot in. Facts. Fact. And Bud was cruising at that point in the fight. It's just one of the moments that it's like sometimes you're in somewhat of a cruise control, and we see young fighters do it all the time, and they get clipped. It happens. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. And they act like Gamboa wasn't a puncher back then. It wasn't the Gamboa that you know today. A different version of Gamboa, the pound for pound version of Gamboa was what Bud fought. Right? I mean, come on. And once again, it didn't take Bud to go down in weight to bring someone up or do some stupid stuff to get a pound for pound fight in the ring. Gamboa had fights at 135 before Crawford. So y'all be all over the map. I want to give a major salute, man, 2 times to my homie L Dub Boxing in the house. L Dub, salute, champ. Hope all is well, man. My main man right there, man. Great, I repeat, great boxing channel. My main man. Salute to your L Dub. Salute. Muhammad Tola says, yo, Teddy Atlas said that after being hurt by Gamboa, that Crawford instinctually switched stances while backing up, taking Gamboa's power shot away from him. Atlas said that he never saw anything like that before. And I got 100% respect for Teddy Atlas. I agree with the man. That's called making adjustments on the fly, which you just described, Muhammad Tola. That's making an adjustment on the fly. And you know what, Spence fans, say what you want. Man, you lying, man, this ain't true. I don't see many versions of Earl. The adjustment is the typical adjustment. In some cases, if it's about volume, it ain't an adjustment to do other things. It's turn up the volume. More volume. Keep coming. Walk through his shots. Keep it coming. Yeah, he boxed against Mikey. Yeah, he boxed in a few rounds against Ugas. But once he normally goes there, like he goes into that volume mode, ain't no turning back. If you notice with Earl, he's real compartmentalized in his style. He starts off a certain kind of way. He sticks with that for a few rounds. And then once he's comfortable and Derrick James give him that green light to turn the volume up, that's where he goes. And he stays there. Win, lose, or draw. I'm just telling y'all what I see. Mike says, yo, man, I'll go and stop talking about Gamboa when you stop talking about well accomplished Mikey Garcia, who tried to be great and Gamboa turned into getting knocked out. But Mikey, come on. I mean, but Mike, we got to be 100 about this, Mike. The reason I talk about little Mike, and I stress the word little, is because that's exactly what he was. I always ask you this, Mike, and you and the rest of the Spence fans never have this answer. What would you feel like if Terence Crawford was to challenge Devin Haney? You would be out here, especially you would be over here giving me the business. Oh, your boy is a duck, man. How can he fight Devin Haney? He's 20-something years old. He's a 35-pound. Man, y'all would be over here shutting the chat down. I wouldn't be able to get a word in on y'all. Y'all will be weighing me out. But your guy does it. And it's okay. It's okay. If Terence Crawford right now beat up on Frank Martin, how much credit does he get? If Terence Crawford right now, if he beat Rolly, he wouldn't even, and he's a bigger fighter than 30. He wouldn't even get no credit for that. But this dude can fight a 35-pounder, and y'all, and this is his biggest fight to date, keep in mind. Tell me I'm lying. His biggest fight to date was against a 35-pounder. If that was Terence Crawford, y'all would be weighing Mainman out. every single day. But that's his biggest gate. That's the one that brought in the most recognition. And Crawford didn't have to do that, bruh. He didn't have to do a dare to be great special kind of fight, Kell Brook get broken against Gennady Golovkin type fight. No, he didn't do that. He just stuck to the script. Put him in front of me, I'm gonna get rid of him. I cleared out a class, cool. I'm gonna move up and try it again. They want to play the politics game. I'm just gonna keep moving my career forward until one of them get the balls. Sean Porter's ready to retire. He know who to come and see, the real big fish. He go and see the big fish for a retirement check. Get his ass out of here. Ugas could have took the opportunity. Ugas removed himself out of the WBO to go and pursue the Sean Porter fight. That's on Ugas. You know what I'm saying? Danny Garcia turns down $3 million offered to him from Top Rank and ESPN. What the hell do y'all want this man to do? Keith Thurman, self-admittedly, ESPN did reach out to me. Bud ain't going nowhere. Spence ain't going nowhere. What the hell? Tell me I'm lying. You can stop me when I'm lying. Stop me when I'm lying. All of them. But if Bud would have said, you know what, these boys is too hard to get in the ring, let me call Devin Haney. He would have got fried. That's all I do, man. Just want to tell y'all to keep it a buck with me, Mike. That's all I ever asked, brother. You know that. Keep it a buck with me, man. Keep it a buck with me. And you know that would be the case, brother. You know it. You know it. You know it. You know. You know it. So either way it goes, man. You know, I want to see these boys get their credit, man. Let me see here. Let me go through some more. See what we got. Yemi says, yo, man, I like Bud and I hope that he wins. He's a Hall of Famer for sure, but not an all-time great. Wow. Bud's resume needs more work. Even with EJ on it, only Canelo has an all-time great career in this era. Brother, you sound redonkulous. Let me stop right there. When you said that Canelo part, that made me just say, fuck the rest of the comment. Here's the deal. You sitting here telling me a guy with a PED scandal that's currently fighting a fighter that's 2 weight classes below him. You're telling me the dude who avoided the #1 fighter at 168 pounds is an all-time great. That's what you're telling me. Because he beat up on 40-year-old Golovkin. Because he took Ruslan Delore to a catch weight. Is that what you're telling me? Because he went and fought the Smith brothers instead of the Charlo brothers at the time when everyone asked for it. He's an all-time great. After he just went on his Euro tour, he's an all-time great. Are you serious, Yemi? Are you serious? When you're going to look at Terence Crawford and say, oh, he's beat 3 division champions. Yeah, Ricky Burns checked off. He's cracked off pound for pound guys like Gamboa, checked off. He's become undisputed and completely cleaned out a weight class at 140 from Postal to Julius and Dongo to the rest of them. Completely cleaned out. Comes to 147, not like Danny Garcia, who went to a catch weight first with Lamont Peterson and then went to 147. No. First fight at 147, he takes on a world champion that just beat Manny Pacquiao, who was lineal champion. First fight, stops that man. Not just beat him, not made it close, stop that man. And then you talking about he's going for undisputed in a second weight class, and you got the nerve to mention Canelo to me, and you got the nerve to even say that he's not an all-time great. Then what is, brother? 3 multiple division champions in his resume, undisputed in his legacy, 2-time lineal champions, which means he was the #1 fighter of a class twice. Your boy Earl has never touched the lineal belt. Oh, I don't say your boy Earl because you're a Canelo fan. I take that back. But your boy, and guess what? Bud Crawford did all of this without a PED scandal, homeboy. Remember that. All of this was done without a PED scandal. There was no dirty tacos in Terence Crawford's dinner. So remember all of that, bro. That's what hurt your boy's cause more than anything. And in order for him to get that name back, he's got to beat David Benavidez. Simple assignment. Salute to the homie Lawrence RBE in the super chat. Thank you, Lawrence, man. Much appreciated, brother. And thank you, man, for your unwavering support, Lawrence. I really do appreciate it, man. He says, yo, man, can Bud stand the pressure? He will face, hold on. Can Bud stand the pressure? He will face an extended period. Bud best bet is to not engage Earl, but we know Bud can't let that go. Earl can't have any lapse like he did versus Ugas Earl in 8. See, Lawrence, this is the thing I always notice with the Spence fans too. Y'all always go to this thing of, when the volume gets cranked up, and what is Bud going to do with the pressure? Here's the question that y'all never ask, and this is why I keep harping on adjustments. What if he can? Because the man walks around in tremendous shape, right? Because the odds of him can't is, to me, slimmer than the odds of him. Uh, the odds of him can be able to take the pressure is slimmer than the odds that he can't. He walks around in tip top shape. Have you seen recent pictures of Bud Crawford? The man got a 12 pack, real spill. He walks around in tip top shape. He's working out 24/7 with the young boys like Shakur and Keyshawn and them. He's always in the gym. He's a gym rat. If there's anybody at 147 who's going to be able to take the pressure of Errol, it's this fighter. And Bud can adjust. But the question that y'all never ask is, what happens if that ain't working for Errol? Is he going to keep on running into a brick wall over and over and over again? You're putting a lot of stock into Errol's pressure affecting Crawford. What if it don't? See, I can give you 2 or 3 different ways that Crawford can adjust and make things work. You can't give me much with Errol. If that volume ain't working, he gonna get clipped over and over and over again. And it ain't gonna take many. It ain't gonna take many to a guy that's been in a car that flipped over 35 times. I'm just saying. So hey Lawrence, I hear you, brother. I truly do, my G. But just keep in mind, my man. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Just keep in mind though, Lawrence, at the end of the day, it's Terence Crawford that has a lot of adjustments he can make. And you better hope that this plan that you talking, this pressure that's gonna bust the pipes of Terence Crawford. Well, you better hope it works. Because if it don't, man, salute to my homie D-Lo 44 boxing up in here, man. Salute D-Lo. We coming on through here, man, for a quick midday one. He says, I'm here, but I can't type much, man. I feel you. This ain't even gonna be that long. As a matter of fact, fight fans, my meeting is starting back up in 15 minutes. So I'm gonna end this in about 5 so I can grab something to drink before I gotta head on back in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Low Blow says, yo, Porter took the pressure for 12. Mikey took it. Brooke took it for 11 and a half. Porter took the pressure for 12. Yeah, Porter took the pressure for 12, but look how Porter fought. Porter is Porter. Porter is nowhere near Bud. Look how Porter fought. And Porter got dropped by Earl, popped back up like a jack in the box, screaming, let's go. Not to mention in the post-fight press conference, if I'm remember correct, was not Sean Porter saying rematch? Did he say rematch versus Terence Crawford, fight fans? Did anyone hear him say rematch versus Terence Crawford? Riddle me that. I heard Sean Porter in the post fight screaming rematch, feeling like he was hanging neck and neck with Earl. When it came to Crawford in his post fight press conference, the man was defeated. He was defeated mentally, physically, and fatherly. Totally defeated. Salute again to Lawrence RBE back in that super chat, brother. Thank you for your support, Lawrence. And it's all love, champ. Even though we talk our talk, you already. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. If Bud can stand the pressure, then it will go the distance. And we have a classic. However, I don't believe that Bud can do it. And I'm just glad that the fight is here. That's a good point, Lawrence RBE. And that's one of the things that I really am wanting to see. Like this pressure question. If we get an answer to this early in the fight, where the pressure is not affecting Bud and Bud is having successful counter shots against this pressure, he's leading Errol Spence to several traps. If these things are happening and we're in round 6 and 7, and Errol is running into trap after trap after trap, counter shot after counter shot after count, that's a problem. Y'all better start the countdown. I believe that Bud will stand up to Errol Spence's pressure. I do. I've been wanting the pressure since the day of the Avenetian fight. And for anyone who think I'm tripping, you go back and watch my Crawford versus Avenetian post-fight immediate reaction video. My very first line of that stream was pump up the volume, pump up the volume, correct? That I'm not coming from that stream telling everybody that's exactly what we want. We want the pressure, we want the volume, we want the high activity, we want a high pace fight. That's exactly what we want. I don't think that Earl gives him that. I don't think he got the balls to do it in the first 3 rounds. I don't think he has the balls to do it in the first 3 rounds. And I got to keep my language down. But I'm just saying, fight fans. I'm just saying. Salute to you, Lawrence, man. I hear you, man. I think it's going to definitely be a classic win, lose, or draw for either man, bro. And I'm happy for both. At the end of the day, they both are doing something that I've wanted to see both men do. So I'm not mad at either fighter right now, man. I think that I ain't gonna say think, man. I know Terence Crawford gonna pull this moment out. This is the moment he's been waiting for a long time. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I've given Earl a lot of hard talk over the years, but I got a lot of respect for Earl in this moment. I just want everyone to know that. I have a tremendous amount of respect for him in this moment. He stood there, he stood the course, he forced PBC's hand to make this fight, and I'm gonna give him full credit for that. They didn't want to have anything to do with Terence Crawford. They don't know what to do if Crawford wins. Hear me, fight fans. PBC is biting their nails. Terence Crawford win, they ain't gonna know what to do. They're gonna be scrambling like roaches when the light cut on, man. I'm telling y'all. Oh my gosh, our big fish. What are we gonna do? We lost the market. Crawford has all of the belts. He's not our fighter. He's only got to oblige to us just for the rematch. We got to get it back. We got to get it back. It's going to be pandemonium in PBC. It's going to be pandemonium boxing champions. I'm telling y'all what I see, man. Lawrence says, yo, man, Canelo is a cheater. Couldn't agree with you more, champ. Couldn't agree with you more. Old school 70. Earl is going to end up walking into the same stuff that he didn't see coming and getting hurt. It's a wrap after that. Bud by stoppage in 7-9. I like how you thinking, old school. I definitely like how you thinking, bro. Ugas was the Ugas was the Statue of Liberty. I couldn't agree with you more, champ. I could not agree with you more. And Lord knows that ain't gonna be no Bud Crawford, bro. You know that Ugas stood right there, reactionary as hell, just getting beat on to the eye went, man. That's not gonna be no Bud Crawford, bro. That's not gonna be no Bud Crawford. Hey, do me a favor, everybody. If y'all enjoying this midday stream, hit that thumbs up for me, man. Hit that thumbs up for me. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They talk like Bud don't got heat of his own to throw back. Spence can keep throwing if he wants. Nah, Spence is going to have to slow the fight down, bro, if he's smart. Slow it down. Get as many as you can in the bank with boxing. Because the second you turn that heat up is when you're just gambling. Yeah, you may have some success. Yeah, you may not. Yeah, you may throw some rounds in the bank. But yeah, you definitely know that you're going to get clipped. Because guess what? I can go back to Earl's last 5 fights. And at one point in time or another, a punch slips through those punches. It's going to happen. Earl ain't stupid. He knows it's going to happen. And the risk that he really is running more than he's running with any of those fighters is being hit with something that he don't see. That risk wasn't that prevalent against Danny and Ugas. Like you can kind of see a lot of what they do coming. With Crawford, the arm reach is 74 inches and it loops and the wrist snaps, which means that that's all ingredients for punches you don't see. I'm just telling y'all. And to my last point before I got to get out of here, everybody, and we'll pick this back up a little later on if y'all want to. To my last point, man, power changes things. When I say power changes things, if Errol Spence knows that Crawford is this kind of puncher, which he has more than enough proof to determine that, if he knows that that can change so much of his style that y'all don't know, he may approach this fight in an overly cautious fashion, not wanting to engage much, trying to probe him a little too much. And that can change the fighter. I told y'all, bro, and the examples that I have, because when I talk my talk, I give my examples. And the example that I'm going to give y'all, once again, is Showtime Sean Porter, who was throwing 700 punches a fight prior to Bud Crawford. He gets in there with Bud Crawford and he throws half of that in 10 rounds. It's not because Sean Porter didn't train like Spence fans like to go around saying. No, it's because the power of Bud Crawford changed his style. But I hear Sean Porter today. Oh, I wish I would have been a little bit more when Adam Malou. You know the reason you changed up and you didn't fight that fast. It wasn't because physically you couldn't. It's because you know that would have got you knocked out earlier. You wasn't stupid. Power changes things. You can be a volume puncher. You won't put that much volume out there against a power puncher or a counter puncher now, would you? The purpose of Mike Tyson saying that everyone has a game plan till they get punched in the mouth was because of power. I can't stress that enough. And Earl can get popped with something real early and really change him for the next 4 or 5 rounds because he don't want to keep taking that risk over and over again. And then we got a different fight, a fight that none of us seen coming. You don't know. I hear Derrick James, we gonna break him. It's about breaking him. We gonna break him. Okay. Oh, I hear you, cuzzo. I hear you, man. That's all I'm gonna tell you, man. Is all I'm gonna say to that is, all right. Power changes things, and Earl don't have that power. He has a thump, not a snap. Crawford has the snap that pushes your lights out. The thump takes 12 rounds of breaking you down. I want to give a major salute to Rick the Ruler, man. Salute to you, fam. Bam. Thank you once again for your support, Rick the Ruler, holding the homie down. Much love to you, champ. Much love to you. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. I really, really do, man. And I want everybody to keep y'all third eyes open for this Thursday's episode of We Talking Boxing Live, where it will be going down. Salute, man. Thanks, Rick the Ruler, man. Salute to y'all all, man. I really, man, I'm gonna tell y'all, fam, man. Y'all don't know how much I really appreciate y'all, man. We've been doing this for years now at this point, man. And man, we got some cool ass people up in here, man. Real spill, and I really mean that. I'm proud. I'm happy to have every single last one of y'all, including my Spence fans, including my Canelo fans, including my Haney fans, who I give the blues perhaps more than any fan bases on in boxing. But I appreciate every last one of y'all. Old School says, yo, man, Earl also slowed his role in the Mikey fight because he was well aware of Mikey's punching power. Hey, Old School, your third eye open, bro. Old School, your third eye is open, champ. That is big facts. That's the reason people were, Earl just wanted to beat Mikey at his own game and show the world that he can box. That is crap. He did that because he took away Mikey's tools. He used length and distance to take away the reach, right? And he knows Mikey as a powerful counterpuncher. So he didn't give him that fight. It changed Earl for the most of that fight. It took Earl about 8 rounds to soften up Mikey and feel comfortable enough to start going inside. 8 rounds, fight fans. Did it not take him about 8 to 9 rounds to start going inside on Mikey? That softening up process took a very, very long time before Earl was sure. And then he tried to go in for the finish in those like last 3 or 4 rounds. But that took a long time of feeling confident enough to jump in there on him. That's all I'm saying, fight fans. And for Terence Crawford, that same thing lingers. It lingers. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. You already. Hey, salute to you, Freddie J. Salute to you, man. And with that being said, fight fans, I got to get out of here, man. I want to say thank you, man. I wanted to just come on through for a good 45 minutes. I'm between meetings, literally between meetings right now. And my next one literally starts up in 3 minutes. So with that being said, I'll catch up with y'all a little later on, man. I'll be in my hotel room later on, so I can probably get on here. I ain't got nothing going on later. You know what I'm saying? Get on here, ring up with y'all a bit later, man. Y'all be cool out there, man. Real spill, man. And thank you all for your support. And thanks for tuning in. Do me a favor, though, everyone. Hit that thumbs up for the homie. Y'all already know. And I catch up with y'all a little bit later, man. To the next video, fight fans. Much love to the fam. Peace out.